Yo, what is going on, guys? And welcome back to 365 Analytics. And welcome to day 10 of the 2025 NFL Position Ranking Series. It's the finale. It's officially the finale. It's been a long 2 weeks here, and we have the best day yet for this Friday. I've been hyping it up for a few days now. It is officially time for my top 32 quarterbacks in the NFL. As you can see, we have a little bit different of a start screen today. I usually go full cam start screen, give a little bit of an introduction, then go into the highlights. Today, we're going to be working a little bit backwards. I'm going to be explaining from 32 to number 11. And then for the top 10, I'm going to play a highlight tape over my voiceover. So this is going to be a little quick, probably 3-4 minute clip here, just me explaining 32 through 11 in a little bit of a quicker form than the highlights do. And then when the top 10 starts, we'll officially get into the highlights and the voiceovers of the entire thing. But yeah, before I get into explaining this, if you guys do enjoy, please like, subscribe. That would all be greatly appreciated. Next week, we will have the NFL Top 100 for you, most likely Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not officially decided on that yet. I might have a busy day Monday, so it might get pushed back to Thursday, but we'll figure all that out. I have to make the thumbnail still and all that, but let's get right into it. So, I'm gonna try to reveal. I'm gonna try to reveal as least as possible as I go here because I might accidentally reveal number 10 when I get up there because it's kind of just a spreadsheet and it's tough to like go all over this and stuff. But at number 32, we have Jameis Winston. The New York Giants just sneaks in there with the honorable mentions being Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jacoby Brissett. Pretty much four mainly backup quarterbacks that you have an argument could be in here over Jameis Winston, but are not. So I'm going to reveal a few here. Let's go up to 24 right here. Perfect. So 31 through 24, Anthony Richardson, Joe Flacco, Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix Jr., Russell Wilson, and Drake May. Let's start with Richardson. Richardson hasn't really shown much yet. He's dealt with some injuries, so he just sneaks onto the list. Joe Flacco, obviously now a backup, but he's one of the better backups in the league. He's arguably, I think, technically, he's the best backup in the other than Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is the best backup in the league on this list, I believe. We have Daniel Jones, just new Indianapolis Colt, Justin Fields, New York Jet, just signed there. He'll be their starter, actually. Kirk Cousins, the Atlanta Falcons, was benched last season for the guy one spot ahead of him, Michael Penix Jr. The only reason he's on this list is because we've seen a sample size of him. By the way, I do not rank anybody that has not played an NFL snap. I will not. JJ McCarthy will not be on this list. Cam Ward will not be on this list. Shador Sanders will not be on this list. Nobody that hasn't played an NFL snap will be on this list. I don't rank rookies at all. And JJ McCarthy, for his standpoint, he didn't play a single snap his rookie year, so he will not be on this list. Russell Wilson at 25, and I have Drake May one spot ahead of him. A lot of people might argue Drake May should be higher because of the Pro Bowl and all that, but he made the Pro Bowl as a reserve, and he got subbed in there because I think Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson opted out. He still has more to prove. Only started 13 games last season. Was not exceptional, but he did have a solid rookie year. I believe he'll be higher going in after next year. So yeah, that's 24 through 31. Let's go up a little bit more through 23 through 17 now. Bryce Young, one spot above Drake May. I believe he can be higher next year, like Drake May. Towards the second half of the year, when after he got benched early in the year, Dalton took over. Bryce Young came back in. He was playing much better. He looked much more confident. So he had a solid second half of the year. Caleb Williams, another guy who I think is going to be higher next year when we talk about this. Bad offensive line, still a solid rookie year. And now he has Ben Johnson at play caller, new revamped offensive line. So yeah, I think he'll be better next year. Bo Nix, who you could also argue be higher on this list, but I think there's some more proven guys with some more seasons under their belt, like Trevor Lawrence, for example. He's had more seasons under his belt. Sam Darnold, he really only had one season under his belt, but this past season was exceptional for Sam Darnold, so he's at number 19. Aaron Rodgers, similar thing there. He actually, I believe he had 28 touchdowns last season, almost 4,000 yards, which was better than I thought for Aaron Rodgers. So I was ready to put him like 21 through 23 and all like that range, but I put him a little bit higher because I didn't realize how good of a season he actually had. And Kyler Murray at 17, who this is such a big year for Kyler Murray. It's absolutely a make or break year for Kyler Murray. It was 2019 number overall pick. He's had a lot of seasons under his belt. Now it is time to go for Kyler Murray. It's going to be a big year for Jonathan Gannon and the Arizona Cardinals. I just revealed number 10, but I'll go up to number 11. You obviously saw number 10. We're going to talk about it in a second, but 16 through 11 now. Geno Smith, one of the more underrated guys in the league. Obviously, new Las Vegas Raider now. Had a lot of yards last season with the Seahawks. Reunited with his old head coach Pete Carroll. He's at number 16. 15, we have Tua, who only played, I believe, 10 or 11 games last season. But in 2023, I believe he was the leader in the NFL in passing yards. One of the more accurate guys in the league, one of the higher passer ratings in the league. He comes in at number 15. Baker at number 14, who's really revived his career since coming to Tampa Bay. Everybody knows that story. He threw 41 touchdowns last year. These two right here, very interchangeable. You can put one over the other. My preference, I like Jordan Love a little bit better. I think Jordan Love is a little bit more reckless with the ball. I believe Jordan Love's more athletic. Brock Purdy is probably more accurate and a little bit more mobile. It's really a pick 'em here. They had pretty similar stats. I think Brock Purdy had a little bit more yards, maybe a touchdown or two more. It was very, very close, but I opted for Jordan Love. I opted for the team with a better record, and it was close. It was close. There's no giving for either one of them. It's a very, very close race between those two. It's really interchangeable wherever you want to put them. And at 11, just outside the top 10, I can't even reveal the full thing because everybody saw who number 10 is. But at number 11, I have Jared Goff, who obviously was an MVP candidate for a long time last season. I just finished watching quarterback yesterday, actually, with Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Kirk Cousins. Goff, I believe he might have had 40 touchdowns. No, he didn't have 40 touchdowns. Probably had 35 touchdowns. Like, I think he had 12 picks. MVP caliber season before that game. I think he threw 4 or 5 picks versus the Texans, and it wasn't a good outing for him. But at Jared Goff, number 11. So yeah, that is 11 through 32. And now we are going to start with the top 10. And at number 10 is Dak Prescott. I revealed a little bit earlier a second ago, but at number 10, it is Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody knows what happened to him last season. Suffered a season-ending injury, probably like towards the middle of the season, week 11 or 12, something like that. Didn't play the back half of the year, but was on good pace. The main reason he sneaks into this top 10, especially over Jared Goff, is because of the 2023 season that he had. In 2023, you could make the argument, not a lot of people want to talk about it, but you could make the argument that Dak Prescott should have been the MVP over Lamar Jackson. He was playing that good that season and had the Dallas Cowboys in great positioning to go make a run, but Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers ended up upsetting them in the wild card round at number 10, Dak Prescott. Coming in at number 9, who is a guy who's very interchangeable with Dak Prescott. You can argue Dak should be over him. It is Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford, who is back again for another year. Obviously won the 2021 Super Bowl with the Rams. RIP Bengals fans, sadly. But one of the nicest dudes in the league, a veteran, obviously. I believe he's 37, 38 years old now. Still kicking with the Rams and still playing some good football. Obviously, everybody remembers the years he had with the Detroit Lions. And who knows? This might be the farewell tour for Matt Stafford because he's into that retirement now. Just got an extension with the Rams for potentially his last season. And let's see, let's enjoy every single second that Matthew Stafford plays on that football field because this could be it. But number 9 is Matt Stafford. Number 8, it is Houston Texans quarterback CJ Stroud. Everybody knows that he did have a sophomore slump last year. It was not as good as his rookie year. I believe his rookie year he had maybe 4,000 yards, something like that. Last year he didn't crack the 4,000 yard mark. The Houston Texans were not as good. I did predict that sophomore slump. I don't know if I mentioned it in my predictions video before last season, but I did predict that sophomore slump. But I do believe he's still a top 10 quarterback, and I think if you're leaving him out of the top 10, it's disrespectful and wrong. I get it. I get it. The Houston Texans were not as really good and well rounded as a football team, but he did have a horribly bad offensive line. It just was an all around down year for the Texans. He still comes in at the list at number 8. At number 7, we have Super Bowl champion quarterback now for the Philadelphia Eagles, master of the tush push, can squat 1,000,000 pounds. One of the best pure running quarterbacks in the NFL, arguably the best. But yeah, I wouldn't say he's the best, but at number 7, it is Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. I was thinking of putting this guy one spot higher, but I can't. I just can't do it after the year the other guy had. He's now a Super Bowl champion, obviously, but he did have a great team. We can say that at the same time. He's not really flashy. He's not as flashy as some other quarterbacks. He's really not, but he's a damn solid player. He's had MVP caliber years, like the year the Eagles lost the Super Bowl versus the Chiefs was clearly an MVP caliber year. He did have guys around him like Saquon Barkley, the two receivers, an elite offensive line, probably the best offensive line in the NFL, Vic Fangio, and the elite Eagles defense. So it wasn't all him that brought the Eagles to the Super Bowl, but he was the star in that Super Bowl MVP, and he comes in at number 7 on the list. Coming in just outside the top 5, we have one of the best rookie quarterback seasons we have ever seen in the NFL. Led the Washington Commanders to the NFC Championship game for the first time in years. Years. It is former LSU product. Going into his second year now, quarterback Jaden Daniels. I was skeptical of this guy during draft season. I'm not going to lie. I thought he took too many hits. I thought he might have been a little bit small for a quarterback in the NFL. I thought he would have took a lot of hits in the NFL, but he shut me up, man. He shut me up. He had an outstanding season with the Washington Commanders. As I said, led them to the NFC Championship game, won 2 playoff games on the road in Tampa Bay and on the road in Detroit versus the number 1 seed to lead their team to the NFC Championship game. Unbelievable season from Jaden Daniels, and he's only getting better, which is the crazy thing. Let's see what he can do in year 2. Number 6, Jaden Daniels. Coming in the top 5, we have Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. One of the best pure arm talents in the NFL, can sling this thing across towns and cities. He has that much arm strength. He's that good. There is some knocks on Justin Herbert. Like, he has not won a playoff game yet. I believe we're going into year 6 of Justin Herbert now. We're going into year 6 of Justin Herbert. And he has not won a playoff game. He blew a 27-0 lead versus the Jaguars. It was not all his fault. I'm not saying it's all his fault, but he did do that. In this Houston Texans playoff game, arguably this past year, one of the worst game I've ever seen Justin Herbert play. I believe he threw 4 interceptions in that playoff game to lose the season versus the Houston Texans in a game I believe the Chargers were favored in, which is crazy to think about. But he has talent. He's had good football teams before, and even if he's not won a playoff game, he still comes in at number 5 on the list. This one is going to be controversial. This top 4 is about to piss so many people off. At number 4, I have the MVP. Can you believe it? I have Josh Allen at number 4 in the league. Okay. Everybody knows he won the most valuable player award this past season. Did I think he should have won the award? I don't. I don't think he should have won the award. And I know I'm a Bengals fan, but even then, it might not think who I think should have won the award might not be who you think it is that I think, if that makes any sense. Everybody knows how athletic Josh Allen is. Everybody knows how good he can run the football. Everybody knows how good he can pass the football. One of the best quarterbacks in the league last season statistically. Lost versus the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Still cannot get over that Kansas City Chiefs hump. That's my biggest gripe about him. The Buffalo Bills just can't get it done versus the Kansas City Chiefs when it matters most. Nonetheless, he's been one of the most consistent in the league for the past few years now. He's going to go down as one of the greatest ever, and I don't think that's really debatable. He's going to be one of the top tier quarterbacks of this era. He already is. That's not even debatable. And he's one of those guys you remember for generations. He comes in at number 4 on the list. And to piss even more people off, at number 3, I have Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's in my division. I know how good this dude is. He can run the football. He's the best running quarterback in the NFL history. He's the best running quarterback to ever play in the NFL. He's better than Mike Vick. He's better than Randall Cunningham. Whoever you want to name, he's the best running quarterback and mobile quarterback to ever play in the National Football League. That's not even up for debate. He is a 2-time MVP. I believe he should be a 3-time MVP after this past year. I do not think Joe Burrow should have won it. I do not think Josh Allen should have won it. I think it should have been Lamar Jackson. I think that he should have took home the MVP award because I saw what he did on that field. I saw what he did. I get it. He is the pinnacle of can't get it done during playoff time. He has never had an elite playoff game, maybe besides that Houston Texans divisional round game in 2023. Lost to the Buffalo Bills. It wasn't fully his fault. He wasn't great, but it wasn't fully his fault. Everybody knows the Mark Andrews drop. But I believe he should be a 3-time MVP, and he's a 2-time MVP. He's won one more MVP than Josh Allen. and he comes in at number 3 on the list. And at number 2, it is a little biased. I will fully heartedly admit that. It is a little biased. There is a little Bengals bias showing me. But at number 2, I have former LSU product, former number 1 overall pick, former Heisman winner, Joe Burrow. Last season, Joe Burrow was the leader in the NFL in touchdown passes, was the leader in the NFL in yards, was leading in the NFL in almost every major passing stat. What was his team's record? 9-8. And a team that missed the playoffs. His defense was generationally bad. He is in a team in Cincinnati that has a notoriously cheap front office, notoriously bad management. Zach Taylor as head coach, who has never been seen as an elite coach. He's a good leader, never been seen as an elite play caller head coach. Oh, a terrible offensive line for years now. The Bengals have brought in players in the offensive line. It has still not fixed it. Cordell Volson and Alex Capel was his starting guards last year. I get he has the weapons. I get he has Mike Gesicki. I get he has Jamar Chase. I get he has T. Higgins. I get he has the weapons. But he has not even close to the offensive line that these guys like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen have. I believe it was 8 straight games for Joe Burrow last season with 250 plus yards and 8 and 3 plus touchdowns. That has never been done in the National Football League before. He's the all-time leader in completion percentage in the NFL. And I will not take no for an answer. It is a little biased, and I will full-heartedly admit that. The most accurate quarterback in the league at number 2 on the list, Joe Burrow. And at number 1, I don't even want to say his name. I still don't think it's disputable, even after the down year he had. He had a down year last year. There's no denying that. It wasn't as good as even Lamar, Allen, or Burrow. All 3 of those guys had better years than Patrick Mahomes last year. He wasn't even a Pro Bowler last year, I don't think. Which is kind of crazy to say because he's still the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. But it's Patrick Mahomes, obviously. The Chiefs, they had a down year. They were in a ton of close games. Mahomes didn't play as well, but he's still the best quarterback in the league. He brought this team to the Super Bowl in the AFC. I mean, you can't really dispute it still. I think it's closer. The gap is closer between him, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson than it has been in years past. The gap is definitely closer, but he's still the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. And the top 4, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and that is your top 4. And however you want to put those guys, if you want to put Allen first, you want to put Lamar first, you want to put Burrow, I don't even care who you put first. Those are your top 4 in the league, and there's no arguing that. The gap between 4 and 5 is bigger than the gap between 1 and 4, which is crazy to say, in my opinion. But it's true, I think. So, at number 1, it's Patrick Mahomes. And that is going to do it for today's video and the quarterback rankings. I know it's a little controversial. I won't deny that. I'm going to get some people mad about the Burrow and Allen rankings, stuff like that, but it's all up for debate. I'm happy to hear the comments, whatever you think. You can slam me, you can praise me. I don't care. I don't care. I'm happy to hear about it. But yeah, that's going to do it for the 2025 NFL position ranking series. We'll have the top 100 sometime next week. I will probably announce on my community tab when that exactly will be. But it should be fun. It should be fun to do the top 100. I will be starting that on Monday, start mapping it out, and the video will probably be up Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. But yeah, it was a fun ranking series. I'm definitely going to change some things about it next year. There's some rankings, like I want to fully finalize them before I put them up on YouTube. But yeah, there's going to be some things I change when I do this next year, maybe about the highlight. I don't know. We'll figure it out when that time comes around. But if you guys did enjoy, please like, subscribe. That would all be greatly appreciated. And I will see you all at the top 100 next week. Hope you enjoy the video, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the night. Have a good one.